It's time we learn some important information. Well, we know. So it's time for Lizzy to learn some important information. If you would like more information, check out the Patreon where all of these episodes are longer and full of juicy details. My name is Ashley Clements, and this is the Look Back Diaries. Just a side note, because many of you have expressed concerns about my wrists. I am brace-free. These are fingerless gloves because it's just really unusually cold in Los Angeles. Buildings aren't insulated. We're not prepared for this. It snowed at the Hollywood sign. So think of it as a fashion statement more than a cause for concern. But so here we are. It will be the first appearance of Lydia following all of the drama and her taking some time off camera. And Lizzy will get some information that rattles her bones, that shakes her to her core. I actually don't remember how Lizzy reacts to that information. I remember I was also influenced in my knowledge by the title, Revelations. I remember the information in the episode, but not the emotional impact. I mean, I have a guess, but let's take a look back and see what I did with my face parts.
Hey everyone, so like I said,
Hello.
I've been watching a lot of my videos.
It feels, yes, that's
I'm sure
intentional.
you have questions about all kinds of things that happened over the past year. Believe
Yes.
me,
I don't
me too.
understand
And then
anything.
today happened. My name is Lizzy Bennett, and I have one more answer than I used to.
Ah, so that's an after intro?
Are you sure this is a conversation you want to have on camera?
Don't worry,
She's back. She's wearing color, but she's a little more subdued. It's a pale pink instead of a bright pink. I know she put thought into that.
What do you want to
I
talk about?
had a new top, and so I wore it. I put thought into that too.
Talk about Darcy?
I've never really been his biggest fan.
We know.
I didn't like the things he said to you or about you or the way he acted
Yeah.
better than everyone else or the things he said about our family.
Yeah, Lizzy didn't like those things either.
But
So
I still don't
thanks for reminding her.
know very well, I guess, apart from what I've seen on your videos and what I've heard from people, which is
George, boo, sad. I know the audience is getting all of that.
I'm still not sure why we're
Yeah, why are we,
Lizzy,
it was him what?
what was him?
Uh-huh.
Darcy's
Good
the
questions.
on the website.
What?
Who told you that?
I talked to some people. You know me.
It was Darcy?
I'm sure there's headcanons. Maybe they're in the comments about who Lydia talked to.
I can't believe he did that.
I can't really either, but he did. He bought out that company that owned the site.
He bought a porn company, and now he owns a porn company.
The company had all the copies. They had all the universal rights from George.
That feels like very old.
Darcy did what he did. He
Copies. I mean, I guess there are still digital copies of things.
Why were you looking into that?
It's not like a stack of VHSs, though, you know?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you? Because that's what matters the
I just
most.
wondered who and why. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to know
It wasn't George. I'm sorry. You're processing your
Just
feelings.
you'll do anything for them, whether they know or not, because you care.
Oh.
And I guess I wondered if
One day you'll be over, George. It's gonna be okay.
everything
It's
in
gonna
your
be
life
okay.
and realize
No, he did. He's a trash man.
have to talk about
He is
No.
a garbage person. He's Oscar the Grouch. He lives inside a trash can.
And talking to people. Talking to you.
Yeah.
And it actually feels good. So
That's an implication of like
Of course.
asking for help and leaning on people and
No,
yeah, counseling. Shout out.
I'm
Mental health is important and you don't have to do it alone.
I thought you should know in case you wanted to do anything about it.
Why would I do anything? I mean, we really should thank him, but
Oh, Lizzy, you this dense?
about me.
Right.
We only have a few episodes until you're gonna smash your face on his face. You really just, huh, I so dumb. What could that mean? So not smart. Oh, Lydia knows, and Lizzie's just a little dense, but for plot reasons. Yeah, look at her doing okay. We're proud, we're happy. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a shot. I remember people like making fan art and doing screenshots and stuff. That cute little sister moment. It's so funny because we're only a few episodes after I yelled at the screen about Jane and Lizzie being a bit dense about why Bing was there. And this is now a place where I could yell at Lizzie about being dense. Why do you think he bought a porn company? Why does anyone buy a porn company? It's to impress girls. Girls love it when you own a porn company. This has gone off the rails, but it's a important revelation for Lizzie. It also feels like one of those things that she's not ready to accept what that means. She's not ready to put the pieces together on. She had kind of maybe written off that that was not going to be a thing. We also don't have any indication that Lizzie has really processed her feelings about that. You know, she was in this place at Pemberley Digital, fluttery feelings, something, maybe. Oh, is this? Mm, and then pulled out in such a way where she had to put her focus on the crisis and really invest in Lydia, and then all this stuff with Jane happened. And, you know, I think it's safe to say, since she's going to process all of this on camera later, like normal people do. What do you just think about your thoughts without rolling a camera? What are you just writing in a diary? Actually, we do have that Lizzie was writing in a diary. Hey, wait. Okay, I just checked to see if the retcon has Lizzie processing a little bit more of her feelings. She finds out about Darcy and then she says, I can feel that familiar queasiness in my stomach as I am once again dancing on that thin line between dread and hope. Oh, Kate, the thin line between dread and hope. Lovely writing. Thinking that Darcy might have done it for me. But if he had, I would know, right? Wouldn't he call me? Maybe he'll call. No, Lizzie, stop being foolish. Still, I should make sure my phone is fully charged and the ringer on, just in case. Oh, the book also says that Mary is the one who told Lydia, which makes the most sense in terms of who Lydia would actually be talking to, but it wouldn't surprise me to learn that there were fan canons about that being Gigi reaching out as a fellow victim or finding the domino videos. I mean, I know that in my work, in playing the character of Lizzie, that I had considered Darcy a lot, but that is character work that you can see in the cracks. But I mean, explicitly, has Lizzie on camera shared with the audience that she has thought about what her feelings may or may not be for Darcy, and we don't have that yet. And so we will. There's also, you know, there's the performative element of a show like this, in as much as the characters know they're on camera. They have a conversation about it at the beginning of this episode. Do you want me to air this? That in addition to Lizzie maybe not really being ready to allow herself that much hope, because hope can lead to disappointment. Consciously or unconsciously, she also has some awareness of the camera, and that may also affect what she is even allowing herself to think about, because she knows who watches these videos. Or at least who knows about them and could be watching them. And it's a lovely episode by Rachel, her last in the series, because she had been entrusted with so much of Lydia's story. And so here, getting to bring that final piece, it's her touch that really lets us see that poor Lydia is not even over her abuser, and that she's very much in the middle of the healing process, and we can see that she's getting help and she's doing okay, but it's also very heartbreaking to see that she still has feelings for someone that we all think is a monster. It's very realistic. It's a very good and honest depiction, but it's tough. And I also know that it would have been very tough for Rachel to have to write this Darcy stuff because Rachel hated that whole storyline. She didn't want to write any of it. She still managed to write some of the most iconic Jane Darcy stuff. So she still wrote romance, even if she thinks it's yucky. And here, contributing to the main romance and doing it very well. Let's see what you thought. Victoria Vining. Remember how in the book Lydia just giggles and boasts to Lizzy at the table that Darcy paid for her wedding? I probably shouldn't have told anyone, but I love this new Lydia and the far more developed relationship between the sisters. Not that I don't still love your version, Jane Austen. Yep, that's the thing this series really nailed. Nicholas Tan, you know how people tend to fuck up translating literature to the silver screen, or in this case, the screen? This is not one of those fuck ups. Arya Kaiba, I really love how this adaptation really focuses more on the relationships between the Bennett sisters and friends rather than just the romance. Lydia's growth and healing are really well done, of course, helped by the fact that the entire team making this is incredible and amazingly talented, and I think they adapted the issues of the original really well in this modern context. This could even be a really good way to see how people can be redeemed and healed even if they go through something like an abusive relationship. I absolutely love this every time I watch it. Grace Hop saying, I always had a theory that Gigi was the one to tell Lydia that Darcy took down the site. It would have been a loophole for not interfering, as Darcy put it, and Gigi would have told Lydia to tell Lizzy. I totally see where that headcanon comes from, but that's apparently not in the retcon, so not canon, I guess. Second-rate Petronius. A year and a half later, and this line strikes me as such amazing characterization and foreshadowing of both Lydia and Darcy. When you care about someone, you'll do anything for them, whether they know or not, because you can't stand to see them hurt. Pay attention, Lizzy. Huh, a dissenting voice. Orly Toomey, I'm not going to read the whole quote, but says, I wanted to see book Lydia personality applied to the modern take. Some people never do grow up or smarten up and everything is still handed to them, but yay for character growth. Yeah, that's true, but those people are sort of villains, and we made Lydia something different, and everybody likes it but you. So think about that. Peer pressure. You have to like it. Yay, Andy Wild says, I love that they address the importance of therapy in this. I agree. Obviously, I went on about that a lot. Oh, Book Freak 14 saying, I really love how this adaptation made Lydia grow and mature. In the book, she never really admits or realizes the severity of what she and Wickham did to her family. It always makes me sad that the character was never really fleshed out. So great job on this adaptation. See, Orly, to me, that's the consensus. So get on board. You're allowed to have differing opinions. You are allowed to keep them to yourself, though. I'm also kidding about that. This isn't a mean comment. This isn't someone who went out of their way to just be mean about the show. And those are the kinds of comments that people really don't need to make. As the Lalit says it, I don't know how I feel about Darcy owning a porn company / site. We feel great about it because it's funny. I mean, we don't really know what Pemberley Digital does, but he does stuff with online video. It's a natural fit. And we've left Lizzy and also the people watching Lizzy's videos with a lot to ponder. We'll see what comes of that next time.